Hi there. It is such a joy to know that I can come to you in this fashion just to share one word of encouragement with you. Now, oftentimes we are going on a path that we think is okay. Oftentimes we get ourselves lined up in a lane that we think is okay. But today I want to speak with you for a short minute on the topic. Let's get better at this. Let's get better at being good friends. We have friends, and only when we're in trouble, we go to our friends, we call them, and we keep in touch with them, and we make it look like the entire world is okay because we need something. But let's get better at being good friends. Let's get better at promising that when you're going to pray for someone, do it. Let's get better at this. And might I encourage you that for those who are in committed relationship and think that it's okay, we can do anything that we want and any old hour and any old way. But being committed in a relationship, let's get better at that. Let's get better at paying back. If someone say that they lend you some money and they are expecting it, let's get better at paying back. Yes. Let's get better at being good parents, being committed parents, being more loving parents. Parents, let's get better at that. Let's commit our time and our resources and our energy to invest in our children. Yes, let's get better at that. Let's get better at keeping our words and keeping our promises. If you and someone is in an agreement and the promise is this and the direction is this, let's get better at keeping our words. Let's get better at being committed to the task that we lay out when we went into that agreement. Let's get better at that. Let's get better at being true to our words. If we say that we're going to do something for someone or to a friend or to a family member, let's get better at being true to our word. Don't promise it if you can't do it. Do not lend if you can't afford to do without. Let's get better at that. Let's get better at being more committed to God's word. Let's get better at being more committed to God's work. If we're given a responsibility in church, and if we're given a responsibility that says that we're a leader for a department, let's get better at planning out our programs so that we can fulfill the mission that we were called to do. Let's get better at that. Let's get better at being more supportive to a friend in need. If a friend is in need, let's get better at being more supportive. Let's say, yes, we're going to go visit and we do it. If we commit ourselves to going to look for the person, let's get better at doing it instead of calling to make excuses. Let's get better at this. Let's get better at being a good prayer partner. If someone asks you to pray for them, pray for them. Let's get better at being committed and dedicated to someone who asks you for prayer. It means that they need it while they ask you for prayer. Let's get better at that now. Let's get better at being a committed worker. If you're in a workplace and you have a task to do and a responsibility to carry out, let's get better at being faithful in doing that. Let's get better at this. Let's get better at being a more committed spouse to your marriage relationship. Don't run around, don't flirt around. Let's get better at being committed to the person who we tie the knot with or who we're in a committed relationship with. Let's get better at that. Let's get better at our task at hand. If we know that we're a time waster, do not turn on the TV if we have something to do. Let's get better at being more committed to the time that we use, how we use up our time on a daily basis. Let's get better at reading our Bible now. Yeah, it's a hard task. I know, so much to do and less time to read Bible. But let's commit ourselves to get better at reading our Bible. Let's get better at that. Let's get better at this now. Why not share this video? Why not like the video? Why not forward this video to someone you know is in need, who would want to get better at something? They are lacking, they're lethargic, they are moving slow in certain responsibilities, and they just can't find the lift. Let's get better at that now, man. If you want to see a good result in whatever you're doing, let's get better at that. What is it that you need to get better at today? Don't think about it, just do it. Let's get better at this.